Preservation of capital is more important than making money. And you want to lock in your trade, you also want to protect your downside at the same time.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of American Dream Trading's Futures Education and Training Program. This is an outreach of AmericanDreamTrading.com. Glad to have you here with us today. American Dream Trading was founded by Chad Christian, who we call Coach. And why do we call him that? Well, because he coaches us in everything that has to do with investing, such as stock options, crypto, and even futures, day trading, swing trading, long-term investing, investing for income, covered calls, cash secure puts, you name it. If you can invest in it, he educates us on. I'm sorry, I'm here looking. All right, Fred, thank you. You can hear me? Great. We had audio issues today during the morning live because I was filling in for Coach. And this computer had done some updates. Matter of fact, did a major Windows update and a TikTok Live Studio update, and it screwed all my settings. TikTok, can you hear us? Muted over there. Can you hear me now, TikTok? If you can, Type a 1 over there. TikTok's okay to go, Doug says. All right. And Fred says he can hear me. That's great. All right. All right. What's that? Why did that pop up there? All right. Anyway, you can hear me, TJ? All right. Thank you, sir. All right. Great. Whew. I went and played around for about a half hour. I've been on the Mac system, operating systems for so long that I'm a little rusty on things Windows, so it takes me a few more minutes to try to. Now here's how crazy this software is. I have been live for a little probably less than a minute. I'm already getting a warning from TikTok that I haven't chatted in the last 2 minutes. I haven't even been live for 2 minutes. How could I not be? Anyway, there we go. All right, live chat didn't appear on your screen here. Whatever. Let's see here. What's is there some little widget thing here I can open up? I don't know. Who knows what's going on here? I can see the live chat. I can see TJ says, yes, sir. That's how I knew he said he could hear me. All right, good. All right. Again, today I didn't trade. No, I was filling in for Coach this morning. I sat there and watched everybody else make money. I did not take a trade. Well, I did take one little quickie trade, but really I didn't trade that huge downfall. I know one contract I looked after the fact would have been $3,000 on one little NQ trade, which is what I like to trade. I did a few scalps here a little bit ago. So anyway, yeah, I don't like to trade my live account while I am live because I'm distracted, and you should never trade when you're distracted because, you know, if I'm in a trade and I take my eyes off the screen to look around and on my other monitors and monitoring this live feed and yada, 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 all the stuff that goes into doing this, then I take my eye off of it, and, you know, if it turns against me, then I end up wrecking my account. So never want to trade distracted, ever. That's a no-no, all right? So I'll be typing just letters into this live chat here because this thing says, oh, I can't detect it. So whatever. It's right there on my screen. I don't know what the issue is, but, you know, it is what it is. So, all right. Anyway, glad you could be here today. Again, my name is Mark McSee, one of the moderators here at American Dream Trading, and we're glad to have you with us. All right. So what you see on my screen is my Webull, which is one of the brokers that I use. This is my main trading account. Again, what I have up here is clearly a paper trading account. It says so right here. If you can read that little fine print, right? It says I have $1 million in my account. Well, I don't, but, you know, it's fake money anyway. So, all right, let's see here. I'm still getting this thing that says that I'm not live on here, this chat thing. I don't know why this thing's popping up already. I didn't have one issue this morning. Matter of fact, it didn't even ask me for the puzzle piece this morning. But it is now. All right, I'm sure there's some sort of little setting here somewhere. I don't know. There's so many things on here. Let me look here real quick. See what it's looking for. Maybe there's another chat window that ain't up here that's supposed to be. I'm looking at these little widget things here. I don't see anything there. Those are tools. Something else play together. Don't know. That's what this setting does over here. Anyway, it shows me everything that's there. I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right. Yeah, there was a gold gravy chain, the NQ, everything. Gold went up, all the indices went down. It was a glorious account changing day. I didn't miss it. I watched it, called it out, walked through it, that type of thing. You know, it's just one day anyway, right? Let me see here. I'm trying to check here some of these system settings here because I'm thinking there's something missing here that it wants to see, and it's not in that window. Oh, I don't know where I'd find that. Let me see. Click this box here, see what this does. And that has nothing to do with anything. And live chat didn't appear on your screen in the past 2 minutes. Try using a mobile device to view comments in your live chat performance in real time. Yeah, whatever. All right. I don't know what it's asking me it wants to do here anyway. I can clearly see you guys chatting and joining and getting those gifts and sharing and all that. I do see your questions over there on YouTube. I'm not ignoring you. I'm sitting here playing around with this thing to keep TikTok from getting disconnected within an hour or so when it puts up that puzzle piece. So let's see here. All gifts, guessing game, play together. I don't know. Those things have nothing to do with any of that. So, and hello, Fighters Club. Good to see you come in. Appreciate you being here. If you haven't already, make sure you click that subscribe, like, share, and smash them like buttons. Let's try to get that up there today. Yeah, I don't know what this TikTok live studio thing is. I'm typing in here. I just typed in hi. It says coach, but that's me. We share the same business account for TikTok. So anyway, good. All right. Again, I'm hunting around here for where these widgets are hidden at on this piece of software, and I can't seem to find them anywhere. I don't know where they would even hide them at here, what I'm looking for. I'm obviously not a TikTok live studio wizard. This is different than what your cell phone software is. Thank you, TJ. Appreciate you dropping them likes there. There we go. Back here. Yeah, I'm mumbling to myself. Anyway, it was a good day to market. If you played shorts today on the indices to the downside, it was a huge drop on that. If you look back here at the market open, look at that monster drop right down here. Look at that thing. Isn't that glorious? Spread that out a little bit so it's easy to see that drop. Then it got into this chop zone, and then it was just chaotic. I mean, I got in some trades, got just some quick scalps that I didn't scalp quick enough, got my face ripped off on. But look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that drop. That's a lot of money right there, folks. Look at that. Try to get this all in the screen here for you. Big drop right at the open there. Started right at 932. Boom, straight down. I sat there and watched our members make money on that while I watched it go by filling in for Coach today. It's about $3,000 anyway, minimum on one contract. Imagine if you had 5 or 10 of the contracts at a time. Whew, good day, right? So one of the things, the way I trade, I do the break and hold beneath the 9 and try to keep in the trade. I don't because I'm a scalper, but as long as it doesn't break and hold above the 9, there's really no reason to get out of the trade. And as you can see, it didn't even go above the 9 briefly right here, but it didn't break and hold above it till clear down here. I mean, it started to come up and it broke above there. So there was no reason to get out of that trade that entire time from 9:30 to 10:15. 45-minute trade, easy $3,000 right there, just on one simple contract, right? So anyway, so you'll see ADT Coach on the TikTok screen on there. I'm just going to type random stuff in there. It's still giving me this warning you haven't had on there on your device. Oh, I don't know what it wants, to tell you the truth. And I wasn't even live for 2 minutes and popped that warning up there. I think they're against me. I think that's what it is. What else? I'm still looking around here for some bunch of... let me try this, see what that does. What does that do? I just opened up another thing here. Let me see. Nope, that ain't it. So I don't even need that one. Close that one out. There's some settings here. So it was a good account changing day for many today. If you played that short, gold went to the moon today. If you'd have played gold up, let's take a quick look at gold over here. GC is the gold, or MGC if you're doing micro gold, right? Let's see here. I'm looking at the settings here for this thing. Show, gifts combo, everything's checked. Everything's, I don't know what the issue is. See. It'll pop out after live. Yep, that's what I wanted. And see what these things here are. Trying to read some of these things real quick. Haven't looked at this. But anyway, looks like I got everything that they want. I don't know why I'm getting that warning. So it'll probably be the same thing happen today. We have TikTok's eventually going to get booted. Anyway, it is what it is. He didn't even ask me to do a puzzle piece this morning, 9 o'clock. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't. So anyway, here's gold. Look at that. Is that not beautiful or what? All right. That is just glorious. Look at that thing go straight up there. Whoosh. All right. You can see how that just wants to go straight up there. Look at that. Isn't that nice? That's a lot of money there too. Right? That pays $10 per tenth it goes up. So when it goes from 0.5 to 0.6, you make $10. When it goes 0.6, 0.7, you make $10. If it goes from 0.7 to 0.6, you lose $10. That's on a E-mini gold contract. And look at that thing. Look at that monster. Isn't that beautiful?
Not to mention we've been watching the rally for like 8 days now.
Yep.
You know, shout out to ADT.
Yes, sir. Ralph's been
knew
talking
about
about
this.
gold nonstop. Matter of fact, he talks about gold so much, and then we go look at it, and then as soon as Ralph says, "Oh, gold this or gold that," it'll be green, and then the next bar is red. So we tease Ralph that he's killing gold, but we smack him around like he just can't win for losing around here some days. What did oil do that? It never did look at oil. Ooh, oil was a little rough, wasn't it? Whew. Little choppy chop there. The moves up were even short-lived, but they were big. So you had to be, if you liked oil, you really had to be on your A game today. Trade oil. Look at that. That's pretty rough, right? The euro, as far as currencies go, we had a strong dollar at first. First part, it caused it to drop. Then the dollar dropped a little bit, and that causes the currencies to go up, and now it's flatlined there. So, all right. Then we had, what else? Oh, silver. Silver was another runner. Now, silver contracts are not inexpensive. I trade silver. However, I won't trade silver unless there's a lot of volume. But look at this. This obviously had the candles aren't very big. I think they even look smaller because I have it squished in. Look at that beautiful run. Every 0.005 this changes. So when that goes from 0.068 and add 5 to the last digit, that's $25 profit. So what did we determine that was? 50s. It was over $5,000 gain on one contract up here to the top today on one contract. Now, I call silver the psychotic stepsister because she will rip your face off. Generally, it's been a while, I think, since I've seen it do this, nice and smooth. Now, these are really small candles, right, the volume on it, but it was steady volume to keep it pushing up. It just wasn't crazy volume or it was jumping all around. But usually, silver go up and then pull bounce, up and pull back. This has got to be one of the most nice, beautiful silver runs that I've seen. And it's up at that, it hit up to almost $41, $40.85. So that was a really nice run. Now the Dow, yeah, not so much. It was pretty choppy. It dropped with the rest of the indices. You can see that right here. It followed suit. Now it's not as severe as the other indices, but if you look back here, it had its ups and downs also. I was looking at trading this a little bit ago, and it was just chop city. I'm like, nah, I'm not doing it. And part of the reason was it was at these critical levels all at the same time. And let's see. Then, of course, NASDAQ, which is the one I favor trading myself. I was in the hole this morning. I was up, and then I made I didn't make bad. I'll go back and review it later. But for my initial review, I didn't make bad entries. But it did pull back on me and snag me a couple times for some money. One I did hold on too long, waiting for it to bounce off the one level. It sat there, and I thought, oh, it's okay. There's some hope, and actually, there was orders to the upside to pull it up, but ultimately, people threw in orders on the other side, and it dropped. And by the time I clicked the button, I gave away more money than I intended to. But it's one of them things, right? So I had to rip the Band-Aid to take a loss, and I did. Fight my way, scalp my way back during the day. So didn't have a big day in this small. I'm trading a small account as a demo. So that's all I've been trading. I've just been trading one E-mini. I do very well in my large account, so I'm kind of taking a break from that for a little bit just to keep demoing this small account with this other broker, which is I'm demoing out Trade of 8. And so far I've had a pretty good user experience with it. First time I didn't. But this time I have, and I still continue to have it. So I'm happy so far with it. I'm going to just keep trading, and I'm going to take that small account and build it up. see what I can do with it. Now, does that mean I'm not going to trade my large account anymore? No, it doesn't mean that. If something's happening, I wish I would have been traded it today, but I didn't. So it's all right, right? You miss a day, you take a day, right? You know, I may be sitting here staring at this and gold's going to the moon, right? You're not going to catch everything. It's one trade, one day and one trade does not make or break you, right? There's 500 other opportunities coming ahead that I can take, right? So anyway, don't fret over one trade. Don't fret over missing. Oh, I could have made, I added these up just to see what that added to. I could have made $3,000 if I just bought one contract. Well, yeah, I could have, but I didn't, right? So if you don't, you can't. You don't make anything, so you're not losing anything, right? I didn't wreck my account and all that and type of thing. So don't worry about what could have been. Worry about what will be in the future, right? So same way when you have a red trade. Well, it's one red trade, right? You evaluate if you did something wrong. If you didn't do anything wrong, it was just the market going against you in a hurry. Well, then, you control what you control. Don't fret over what you can't. If a whale comes in here and dumps a bunch of orders and it suddenly pulls back, well, you have no control over that. The only control you have is having a stop in place so that it limits the downside. Always make sure you trade with a stop. You don't want to trade without it, because if it pulls back all of a sudden, then you end up losing a lot of money. So control the controllables, and you have no control over the institutional trading. Well, you just go along for the ride and try to benefit from it, right? So anyway, all right. Speaking of futures, I want to give a shout out to somebody. How's that? I want to give a shout out to Ange, right? She was the original live host here on the futures program. If you remember way back when we started this, pretty much around this time last year, October, November of last year. And she was the original host that went live, right? But what you don't know, well, I have said it before, but what you probably don't know, she was very, very instrumental in getting this program up and running from zero. So we went from 0 to 100 real quick because Ange's management skills and her organizational skills, her intelligence on coming up with a good plan on developing the futures program here at American Dream Trading, built this program up to what it is today. I'm the face of it right now. She's better to look at than me, but oh well. You get what you get. You get what you pay for. How much did you pay to watch this live? Oh, nothing. It's free. So if there's maybe prettier people out there, you can go watch. But yeah, she, along with Aaron and Coach and the other moderators, and helped build this up from nothing. They did all the work. They built up videos. They built up documentation. They built up the Discord channels and putting all that in educational materials in her. Countless thousands of hours that she put in of her own time just to build this program up. And what does that mean? That means she gave up time trading in the process, right? She actually, being this generous a person she is, she actually gave up her own probably financial gains to work on this, right? And we do that as moderators, but that's beside the point. She went well above that, and this program has grown because of all her work. We thank her for that. Why am I saying all that? Well, Angela's just kind of decided that she's going to step aside, take a step down from being an official moderator with American Dream Trading, and we do want to thank her for her service. She's still here. She's still active. She's not going anywhere. She's still a paid member, and she will be with us forever, hopefully. And she is an excellent trainer. People value her opinion and her insights on things that go on here. So I just wanted to publicly thank you, Ange, for everything you have done. Everybody within our group is aware of it, but many of the people watching for free aren't, right? And I just want to commend you for everything that you've done since being here. I mean, she took off right off the bat. I mean, she joined on and she grabbed the bull by the horn, embraced everything ADT had to say, listened to the sound of Coach's voice. And, man, she just took off. I mean, she's rebuilt accounts on purpose just for the fun of it, right? Made a lot of money, took all the money out, took it back down to bare minimum, started all over again, just to prove to herself that she could do it, right? In case she would happen to, wreck her account or have something major that she had to fork out a lot of money out of her account. She wanted that assurance in her own mind that she could do it, and she did that multiple times. So again, anyway, Ange, thank you for all your time and sacrifices you've made as a moderator here at American Dream Trading. It does not go unnoticed, and you have the assurance that all of the hard work that you did will continue to go and grow. So thank you very much for
Thank you,
that.
Mark.
Yep. No problem. All right.
Thank you, Ange.
Thank you, Ange. And today is her official last day as a moderator, but she'll still be here. She loves us too much. So. And she'll still be a great contributor to the, as a matter of fact, she said she has a diamond membership, so she can go hang out with whoever she wants at any time. But she said she's going to still dedicate the biggest bulk of her time here with Futures. So that makes me happy. I can pick her brain, right? She has valuable insights, what's going on. So, and she explains things better than I do. I don't know if you notice, I tend to ramble on. Do you ever notice that? Huh? I had a Red Bull. Did you have a Red Bull? Who had a Red Bull today? I had a Red Bull. Actually, I didn't. All right, what's gold doing? Gold's, let me pop this here, stretch this out a little bit. Flattened out or what? Because the indices are kind of flat right now. That big drop. Now, why is the market acting like it is right now? Well, Monday is a federal holiday here in the United States of America. So the markets will be closed on Monday. The New York Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ, and all of them will not be operating here in the United States. However, the futures markets will still be open. Things will still be traded. It will be on a limited schedule. Trading will start Sunday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And I believe they are going to close early, I believe 2 o'clock Eastern Time. Some of the markets, like agricultural stuff, will stop before that. But for all intents and purposes, the markets will finally shut down Monday on Labor Day at 2. So be prepared for that if you're going to trade Monday or Sunday night. Usually these holidays, these long holidays, the volume is not near as much either, but doesn't mean you can't still make money. I've made money every holiday that the market's been shut down since starting in futures, just because I like to poke the bear and let our other members who don't trade futures know that, hey, we made money, you didn't. I like to poke the bear once in a while. All right, let's take a look here. What is NQ doing? Nothing. It's in a tight spot right now. It's down on us. It's down here, this kind of strong-ish support. It actually broke through, and there's a big choppy mess down here below that. And there was no way. I was wanting to play this down here, but I looked back and seen what was behind us and the historical, and I was like, I don't want to jump in that. This is already more than volatile than I want to deal with today, especially Friday, right? So people are want to get out of their contracts, right, this weekend. So they don't want to hold on something over a 3-day period. What if something happens overseas or whatever, some big news events, right? Just like any other Friday, except this is even worse because now they have an extra day to worry about. So they tend to take their profits, and they sure did this morning. I've been talking a lot today. So NQ on a 1-minute chart here is hanging right out here at the 200 MA. It is above the other indicators. Where's VWAP? VWAP's hiding way up there, so that's pretty far away from here to there, right? That's a long way. There's a lot of money you can make. So if this can break and hold above here and get above these double tops, there's one right here around that 23,476-ish level. I would really, if I was even thinking about entering this, I'd want to see some nice volume and a break and hold above this level personally. Now, I can make money, quite a lot of money between here and there, but you have this little level here. We'll see how these topped out right here. More than likely, it might hang up there. So if I wait till that or scalp between here and there, I can make a few bucks, but I don't know. As volatile as it's been, I got a one trade here earlier that I met all my criteria for entry. As soon as I got in, the very next candle, it pulled way back, snagged $200 from me, right? That didn't make me happy, but, it's the way the market goes, right? You never know when it's going to pull back, even though it had orders to the upside. So I kind of want to wait and see, get some sort of definitive move. And then, there's VWAPs way up there. That might be something to aim for if it happens to do that. So what I will do and I should do, and I haven't yet. All right, where's my chart at? I'm going to go up here on my other chart that I have up here. And where's it at? Where's my trading view at here? Button. Where's it at? Here, can't find it. Right there it is. So I want to set an alert just so I know. If it does break above that, get the right chart up here. Looking at my top screen up here. I really want to see it break around what is that number? 67. I actually have a level at 71. And it's just going to be a battle to get up there. But I'm going to set a little alert. I'll take a look at it. If it happens to hit that 67.50, it'll alert me and I'll take a look. I don't have to sit here and watch paint dry, right? So if it gets to 467.50, which is right about 467, we'll put a line right there, close enough. It's not exactly on it, but close enough for hand grenades. I'll make this some goofy, weird color just so I know that this is kind of where I'm looking to evaluate whether to get in or not. It's not where I'm going to get in. I'm going to evaluate because I do have this little bit here. So there's a lot of things. You got to look at the big picture, what's going on your chart, right? All right, let's go back, and gold was pulling there earlier. Let's go back and take a quick peek at gold. Now, the volume drops off so much, right? The metals, I've said it many times, I really don't care to trade metals late in the day just for that very reason. It is on a little bit on the downside here. So, but again, let's evaluate this trade. This is what you do before you enter a trade, right? And you can do this in seconds. I don't have lines on this chart here, right? I don't chart on Webull. I do TradingView. But what can you tell me what you see here, right? If I squeeze this up a little bit, what do we got to be wary of? Double bottoms, right? Well, see how these candles all stopped right here? These ones, that one, right? I could draw a line right there. And look, it's right now, it's kind of at that little mini double bottom. I actually have one down here. See how this candle hits? That one. It stopped. Just seems that's where it wanted to stop at, so I can pop a line there, right? Now, ideally, I want to look more out backwards, so I will. This is on a 1 minute chart. That's the only reason I'm doing that. I want to go, generally, I'll put it on a 4 hour chart and really mark the levels out good, and then I'll go to a 2 minute, mark some more lines, and then I'll trade off of those. Some people do month, days, weeks, out, whatever. It's your chart. You can do it however you want. But at least I have some recent history where this wanted to hang up. And this line, again, was based on this candle coming down, bouncing, this candle bouncing. This one broke through. It kind of paused here, but the next candle, so it's kind of stopped there real nice for a reason, right? And then if I go back, there'll probably be some other ones there maybe also. So kind of just watch this. If this breaks and holds below this, I might be able to take a trade to the downside, right? My indicators are all up here. Where's VWAP hiding at? I don't know. Where's VWAP? Where are you? Huh. Let me look at my other chart up here. Might be way out of the way or something. Where's VWAP at? Oh, there it is. Clear down 490. It's way down there. So it's clear down here. 490. 490. Yeah, it's way. There it is. There she is. 491 now, right? So I don't even have to worry about VWAP. It's so far away, gold will never reach that. If it does, there's a big sell-off. Now it decides it wants to bounce off this level. See how valuable that level I just drew on there was? These hung up. It decided to get away. Now, would I enter gold again to the upside? I can. Why? Because now if it breaks above this 200 MA, then I can make a trade if it breaks and holds above it, right? Now I can consider entering the trade. So maybe I need a few lines here because I don't have this charted out ahead of time. See how these stopped here? Let me put my cursor there. Does it touch anywhere else? Well, let me draw a line on here real quick just so I look across easier, right? And I can tweak it if I need to. So I have a line here at the top of these candles. This wick here gets that candle there, gets the separation between those two candles. Oh, look, I didn't even see that. Look how that one came down and hit it. Think that's a good level? Oh, look at these ones. Stop, pause there a little bit. These here they didn't actually touch it, but it's close enough for me. So I'd say that's a pretty good line, wouldn't you? I'm glad you agree with me. All right, so I'll just leave that on there. And again, it doesn't matter. Did I really need to draw that line? Not really, because the 200's right there. I know I'm not going to do anything until it breaks and holds above the 200, but this constantly is redoing it. And then I have some little other minor levels to the upside. So it has some battles. The 200 is the biggest battle. My guess, statistically, this will come up here and hit it and bounce, pull back down, if it even goes there. Well, there it is, pulling back already. So this might be just where it stays for the rest of the day. Again, we have an hour and a half for the main trading day is over, right? So let's see here. I'm looking at my other screen, see what's going on there. So didn't I put an alert on there, didn't I? Let's see. No, I didn't. Let me put an alert here when it just breaks above that level, breaks above the 200, then I'll get an alert off of my trading view, which is on my other screen. All right. So NQ has not broke above that. Matter of fact, it's staying right where it was at. All right, here I am putting that on there. All right, questions. Is NVIDIA cheap right now? Well, it was cheap a long time ago when it was down to $108. What is it now? I don't even know what the price of NVIDIA is. I own some NVIDIA for long-term holdings. I don't even care what the price is. I don't intend on selling it anytime soon. It can go up and down every day, but I picked it up right after the 10-to-1 split. So, and I've been holding it ever since. I don't know what's NVIDIA right now? $150, $160? I don't know. What is it? Let me see. NVIDIA is it's at 174. Ooh, I'm up pretty good, ain't I? I haven't looked at the price of NVIDIA. Actually, I had it up on screen. I just didn't pay attention what the price was. 174. Is NVIDIA cheap right now? Well, I don't know. 3 years from now, if it's $300, or do you think it was cheap today? Right? So what you need to do is you get your chart out there, Mike, over there on TikTok. I cannot give you financial investment or tax advice because I'm not a licensed financial advisor. Nobody is here, right? I can't tell you when to buy anything, sell anything at any time. But what you might want to do, well, let's just do it, because a chart's a chart, right? We can evaluate, we evaluate a stock chart just the same way as I would evaluate a futures chart. So if I'm going to, now you're talking maybe long term, you're asking, is it cheap right now, right? Is it inexpensive? Is it a good time to buy kind of thing, right? And I'm not going to tell you that answer, so if that's what you're looking for. So what I'll do, let's look at let's start with a 1 month, all right? Let me blank all these out. Let's see, how do I erase all these things here? Go up here somewhere, right? Well, it doesn't matter. Okay, so I forget, how the heck do you delete all your lines at one time? Chart, pencil, there we go, right here it is. There it is. Do I want to delete? Yes, I do. There we go. So I'm looking at a monthly chart. Each candle represents 1 month, right? So take the big view, scroll out, right? Obviously clear back here in 2016. This is price adjusted, right? Well, when the split happened back in, was it this year? Was it the end of last? Whatever. It was 100. If I remember right, was it go down to $108 or something? It'd probably be right around
down to $96, I think.
Well, I'm talking about when it split, the 10-to-1 first day. Yeah, it's pulled back right here as a low right here of 85, 84 back here after it started to climb. It pulled back. So anyway, where's a good, where do you see, if I'm going to draw lines on this chart, where does this keep pulling back to? Well, right here's, can you agree that this would be maybe a place I can draw a line there for a historical level? See how this pulled back down here, right? Okay. I could even maybe, put a line here at these bodies, right? See where that hits. It hits the top of these ones, hits the bottom of those, right? So this is, of course, this is adjusted for the split. So there won't be anything back here, right? Remember, this was $1,000 stock at one time here recently, right? And then they split it 10-to-1 or whatever, right? So it's back here would have been when to buy it, right? again, when it was, if this is, you'd have to look at the history. I don't remember what one was it. Was it October? Well, that's 118. I'm going to say it was probably, hasn't been 108, so maybe it was right in around here somewhere. May of last year, June 1st maybe, did it split? I don't know. We'll see. We'll put a line there just for the heck of it. So let's just say this is the day it split, right? Went that 10-to-1 split. So $110. That's just the number I remember in my head for whatever reason. I mean, I can go look at my holdings and see what I paid for it. We'll just say right there. So right here, let's just say, here's where it went to 10-to-1. This is the price there, yada, yada, yada. I don't know. So I don't know. That would have been the best place to buy it, right? Now you're up here. So if you look at the history since this time period, since June 1st, let's say, that says May 31st of this year, it's pulled back maybe a few times. So this would have been a great place whenever it pulled back to grab it. Dollar cost average, right? Now, who's to say that this doesn't stay right here for a while and then pop way up? Well, would have been a heck of a deal to buy it today, right? Right? Short term, well, I don't know what's your definition of short term. You got to look at it different ways, right? So, you'd want to buy on the dip, right? If you're going to hold it for a while. So it's on an upward trend right now, isn't it? So they had their earnings the other day, and it did drop a little bit, but it's bounced back up with the markets and all that. So you just have to evaluate it. When's the next earnings, and all that stuff. So, is it as cheap as you could have got it here 2 months ago? No, right? You're going to pay, but who's to say this? It won't be $300 or $1,000 or $10,000 someday, right? So. End of the day, I don't know. That's the decisions you're going to have to make. Here's a level here at the top of these wicks, right? You can look there. There's $159 somewhere in that neighborhood. It's 158.70 something. So that's still $20 under where it's at. How much does Nvidia move in a day, right? Do you know that answer to that question? So those are all things you have to take into account, right? And decide whether it's a good value, right, at this time. So you take a look at all those factors. Today Nvidia's moved from 173 to 178. Actually, five whole dollars exactly as of right now. When it opened at 173.15, it's now 178.15. So a $5 range. So how many days, if it did pull back, would it take to get back to what you may perceive as a fair value? Maybe you think that $160, $158, $59 is a good place to buy. So when you do some charting out, look at the ranges, look where you'd want, and what's the trend right now? The trend is up, right? Obviously, right? You might want for it to break the trend down and maybe consider doing it. So there's all kinds of different lines of thought you can do there, depending on the length of time that you want to do something. So, but that's just go take a look at it, right? I can't tell you buy it, sell it, whatever, right? We just can't do that here. So anyhow, why do I have this line here? I don't know. Did I do that by accident? Oh, it's still on a 1 month. That's why. All right, here we go. I know I kind of didn't answer your question because I can't, but you have to take it and evaluate it based on what you're doing. If you're going to swing trade it, you're at through the end of the year. Okay. Here's another thing. If you would be doing what you call a swing trade, right? So put it on a higher time frame. Go on a further out. You would go higher. Maybe you want to trade this on an EWO on a longer time frame. Okay, and swing trade it. Well, right now it's on. If you'd have got in the start, what you ideally want to do is get in at the start of the EWO. So right now this is pulling down. So what you might want to watch this on a daily basis, 4 hours. Just take a peek at it every now and then. Before this starts to curl upward, see how this curls up? And when it curls down and starts to maybe get a little bit upswing, that might tell you the price is starting to go up, right? And that would be a swing trade. You can do it on a 1 hour time frame to also, right? But it's still on this case, looking at a longer, right? It gives you a different view. And you can use the EWO to swing trade it. And if you don't know how to swing trade, that's one of the things we train on here at American Dream Trading with our paid members. Now, there's some free videos over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading, that you can go look. There's over 2,000 training videos, right, that you can go look at. So that's swing trade if you're just going to hold it maybe till the end of the year, right? So each investment philosophy uses different criteria. So check it out. Head on over there. Find some videos, watch about swing trading and what to look for, those type of things. And consider grabbing a membership and learning, right? Nothing pays better than investing in yourself. It pays the greatest dividends. So, all right, Mike, let's see. Go back up here to YouTube. I'm ignoring them. All right, so as you see, Doug has put into direct links. There's Hudson over there. Hey, Hudson. Phoenix, hi Mark, so what are we looking for? What's the next move? Well, I can't tell you what to buy or what to sell. Evaluate to trade that's in front of you. If you're a scalper, you can scalp these individual candles. If you're playing the EWO, obviously you want it to set up, and this is kind of a downtrend here, right? It's staying under all these indicators to the downside. But where's your double bottoms? Where's your double tops? Where's all those at? Evaluate to trade. Look at the big picture before you go entering. Yes, trying to find finding a mover at this time of the day on a Friday, holiday weekend. Can this still shoot to the moon? Yeah, it could. Could it pull real hard before the day's over? Yes, it could. I would expect volatility unless everybody's already packed up and went to the Hamptons, right? Hudson said unless you was dumb like me and slept in. There you go, Hudson. Well, a kid like you, what do you need sleep for? Come on. You should be full of vin and vinegar. You should be ready to go. You shouldn't even need sleep, a kid your age. Come on, Hudson. All right. He's one of our paid members. He's hanging out over there, helping out over there on the YouTubes. He's a celebrity also. He's a lead videographer, lead photographer. He's the big boss down there, one of the TV stations down in New Orleans. What do I think about SPY retracing back to 646? Well, I'll look at SPY, but this is futures. Same difference. SPY is the same thing as ES. ES is the father of SPY. SPY is the child of ES. 646, well, I hope you ain't holding your breath. I hope you're not in an option because I don't see that happening anytime soon. That's a mile away. Now, why do I say that? What's my initial impression? Again, I'm not telling you it's not going to. It's not financial advice. But you're talking clear up here, right? Pop a line. Can it get there before the end of the day? It could. It's Friday. Power hour, anything could happen. We've seen everything happen, right? But what does it have to do first? What do you see on my chart there, MYT? Do you see any barriers to it moving upward? You can type it in. Tell me the yellow is VWAP. The blue line is 200. And this is where it's currently at. It's under the other 9, 21, and 55. Do you see a barrier to it going up? A strong barrier? Right? The answer to that is yes, right? So what is that? VWAP. VWAP is the strongest indicator on your chart. What happened the last time it hit VWAP? Bang, rejected, right? What happened the last time before that when it hit VWAP? Bang, rejected, right? What happened the time before that? Well, it moved up there, but it actually bounced off the 55, right? So, oops, I moved my line. Well, whatever. Doesn't matter where that line was at. Has it respected VWAP today once it went down? Has it ever broke above VWAP today? Nope. Right here at the open, it's been down below VWAP and everything all day long. The two times it did it, this here started to move a little bit, but it didn't. Challenged it multiple times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You could call that 9 or 10 times. Could not break through. Didn't have enough oomph. Here's 3 more times it tried to break through VWAP. It didn't. Didn't have enough oomph. These here come up. Didn't go above it. These here kind of touched it. So what do you think about the power of VWAP, which is volume weighted average price, and it's the strongest indicator on your chart, right? Because not only does it take in the price, it takes in the volume that's causing these things to move, and it generally will at least pause as it approaches it and goes so far to reject off of it. So you never want to take a trade at VWAP. You always want to make sure it breaks and holds away. And you have the number 2 strongest indicator on this chart. There's the 200 MA, right? That's the 200 moving average. It's measuring the last 200 candles and then drawing this trend line. So you can see which way is the trend of this 200, right? Does it look like it's going up or going down, right? Well, you can see it's in a downward trend here, right? So it would take a lot to move that above VWAP and the 200. Can it happen? Yes, most certainly it can. Statistically, will it? Yeah. If I'd say based on the time of the day, which is coming up on Power Hour, and, it's Friday before a 3-day holiday, my bias, okay, is that, they're going to, if anything, they're going to sell and get out of these. But we have seen stranger things happen where they'll just go nuts and the thing will just go crazy. But statistically, I would say probably highly unlikely, right? So that's a mile away, right? But it can do it. You just have to monitor it, right? Watch your trade. If it can break and hold above VWAP, that will be a good sign, right? In other words, break means a candle crosses the line and stays there, and then the next candle sits on the shoulder of the other one to the upside. And then it's got to do the same thing when it gets to the 200. Break and hold above this and have volume that's going to continue to push it. All 3 of those things, my bias is no, but I'm not giving you advice. It could very well do it. And you would be the happiest person on the planet, would you not? So if you're into trade and that's what you're hoping for, well, I wish you the best. Let's see what else we got here. Questions. Doug's got all the promos in there. Let's see. Doug says, glorious time if you know how to trade puts. Ken says, what's up? What's up? Ian says, thank you. Okay. Just sell it. One of our little Canuck friends up there, up north. Anyway. Just sell it. Are you a member yet? Are you a paid member? Did you get your membership set up? Oh, I see Doug asked that question already to you. Working on it.
He said he was working on it.
All right. Well, don't. Okay. Ken C says, squirrel. Yep, that's me. I'm reading the other questions. Okay. All right. All right. Oh, you're into trade? Yeah. How far out did you buy your option? Or did you buy the shares or did you buy options there, MYT? Okay. Did you buy options or shares? Waiting on him or her to type in answer. MYT, what are you on, options or shares? Or did you leave? Are you still here? I'll wait. If you're here, I have a special offer for you. Anyway, we'll see. That person is not, oh, okay. Expiring today. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're in a tough spot, Eventually, you're going to have to rip the Band-Aid off, right? You don't want it to expire worth 0. Yeah, that's big. Just remember, that's expiring. Every minute that goes by, your contract is eroding. At 4 o'clock, it will be worthless. It will be worth 0. So you have to decide how deep you're into that monetary-wise. Does it look like it's moving here at all? We're getting into the last hour of the day. Literally every minute your option is going to turn to dust. So you will see that if you look at your options chain, it will show you. You'll be able to actually see it. Okay? And and you're going to be in a heap of trouble. It's going to expire worthless since it expires today. So you generally don't want to hold on till the end of the day, because it accelerates the closer it gets to the end of the day. Now, let me ask you this question there, MYT. How did you, were you trained by somebody that advised you to get into this type of trade? Do you have experience, or is this something new you're learning? What's your level of experience, I guess is what I'm asking. Or how did you get yourself into this? Advice of a friend or some stranger on the interwebs? All right? Hate to see this happen to you. I've had it happen to me too. It happens to everybody when you're first learning, but this is why we say train more, trade less. Options are a dangerous thing to the uneducated, right? You get a rude awakening. So how much training, how much experience do you have trading options? Don't have a lot. How did you learn what you know now? Training yourself, okay. Watching probably YouTube videos, maybe TikTok videos, whatever, right? Listen to some random old dudes on the interwebs. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't disagree with your logic there. You know, we think, well, this thing's really bottomed out. It's got to go back up, right? What goes down must come back up, right? All right. MYT, do you have our free Discord? By any chance? I don't recall seeing your name in the YouTubes, but it doesn't mean I catch everybody that comes in here, right? Have you joined our free Discord at AmericanDreamTrading.com? Matter of fact, Doug put a link to it right there. It'll do all the work for you. I'm still talking to you, MYT. Might be to your benefit here. Hang on here 1 second while he waits on an answer here. Let's see. All right. Hang on here. All right, I had to send a message here. All right, let me get back to what I was looking at and see, did you answer? Okay. Unable to verify the Discord due to technical issues. Oh, you're in it? You got phone numbers on different Discords, that's why. Okay. All right, well, that'll take about 2 weeks, unless you can, because obviously your Discord is associated with phone number on another Discord that you belong to. You can only have one phone number in a Discord. So, and that takes, if you close the other one out, it takes like 2 weeks to clear, I believe, when you do that. All right. Well, you're going to have to rip the Band-Aid off here eventually. You know, you can watch the value of your contract, bring up your options chart, but that's going to turn to dust at 4 o'clock, right? So, yeah, when you can't verify, if it's asking you to verify your phone number and you can't do it because it's your Discords are tied to a phone number, right, to prevent fraud. And if you've already got it associated with a different Discord account, it won't let you do a second account that way, right? About the only thing you can do is open up a totally different Discord under maybe a different email address or something, right? I don't know. There's other ways to to create another Discord. Can't tell you how to do that, but you know, there's other ways around things sometimes. But you can't. It's got to be, you know, tied to your email and phone number, I believe. It's been so long since I opened mine, I don't remember how I did it. Anyway, if you can work that out, I got something for you. But if you can't verify it, it won't matter anyway. But anyway, you're going to have to make an intelligent decision what you want to do with your trade. You know, do you want to keep what you have now, or do you want to sit there and watch every minute go by? You are going to lose more money if this doesn't suddenly pop up. Now, we're getting a little bit of upward motion here, so that might help you a little bit, right? Evaluate where's the levels at, right? If we're looking at SPY, which is the same thing as ES, right? So you can see where your double tops are. See how these candles are all topped out here, right? So I can pretty much draw a line that it might find resistance when it gets to this line. It may even find resistance when it gets up to the top of these candles, right? I'm just going to throw a bunch of lines on here. I know it's going to find resistance here at VWAP, right? And where these candles are currently topped out at. Now, those probably topped out because of VWAP, but you are getting upward movement. See, anything's possible. So, yep, that's great. You gained 8% back. So, I would say you're going to make a decision here. You're going to, at that 644-ish, 660 level, you'll probably make, now this can pull back in a heartbeat, right? It'll take somebody to come in here and dump them, right? Watch your L2, watch your chart, right? And you know, expect resistance here. If it keeps moving up, expect resistance at the 644.75-ish mark. Expect resistance up here, 644.80 mark, right? And also 645.06, right? It is power hour, so you have to determine how much of that money you want to be able to salvage, because it will go to zero at 4 o'clock, okay? All right. You're in my prayers, believe me. I hate to see anybody lose money, right? I mean, you're up, you gained 8% of your loss back right now, right? You were down 20% now. You're only down 11. That's great news. Here's some strength to the upside. Well, maybe this is your lucky day and it's going to go to the moon. Who knows? Again, it's got a tough fight. You have double top here right now. You have a double top here, and you have VWAP here, and you have 200 MA up there. So you have three strong barriers, extremely strong barriers. Here's a test right here. It's a minor double top. It's not real strong, okay? Showing some strength to the upside. Now watch, people may want to take profit as it reaches this other little minor double top that it's coming up to here. That little blue line, the next blue line up ahead, right? See how it pausing a little bit there? People are thinking about it. There's wicks. Some people took profit there. When you see that wick, see, that's a seller's wick. People are taking profit at that double top. See it pulling back a little bit? Because they know that double top's there, and what usually happens at double tops is resistance or pullbacks. That's what happens statistically, okay? So, again, I'm giving you this training free here, right? You might want to consider grabbing one of them memberships. There you go. There's people taking profit. You know, this could plummet just as fast as it climbed up there. So, you have to be patient and decide what you want to do, right? So, you know, your max profit was right there at that double top. See how people got out of that? No, there's no such thing as luck. This is training, right? Knowing when, and also you got to learn how to take a loss, because losses, red trades and losing money is part of it. So you have to learn how to mitigate your losses, how to manage it, right? Here you go again, another test. As you can see, this has already failed once, twice. Now this is the third time. Here's another fourth candle coming up here to pop that. You know, if it can break through, good for you. If it can't, you know, they may give up, right? There you go. You got buyers wick at the bottom pushing. It's got to break and hold. Now you have VWAP. That will be your hardest thing to get through. It's not only is it VWAP, you have a double top right here with these candles. See that? This is a little lower than over here. This will be your toughest test right here, okay? If this breaks and holds above there, yeah, I would maybe get a little excited, but don't get overly excited, right? However, I would very much expect a rejection off of VWAP, a pullback. But you don't know until it happens, right? I do have this on a 2-minute chart, by the way, and here comes my TikTok puzzle. We're going to get end up getting disconnected here, right? So All right. All right, let's see what happens here if I can get this. I got to complete this puzzle in 5 minutes or I'm going to lose TikTok. Oh, the puzzle's there. Let's see if this thing will move today. Yesterday it would hang up. Go real slow, real slow, real slow, real slow, real slow, and let go. You better tell me it completed. I did complete it. It's thinking. Ha! I got a check mark. You're lucky today, TikTok. It's your lucky day. Woohoo! Yay!
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I'm not going to lose TikTok today. Hooray! Woohoo! All right, so back to SPY. This is SPY, which is to say, oh, look at this. Look at it, test and view. I'm excited for you. I really am. All right, this is your point. This is where it counts. So if you see this reject, you're going to have to make a decision. Okay? And again, it's not luck. You have to be patient here. I can't tell you what to do. I can't tell you, I'm not going to holler out, sell, or hold on. I'm not going to do that. You have to I'm just explaining to you how strong of a level this VWAP is, right? If this can't break this, you have to be ready to make a decision one way or the other, right? Patience pays sometimes. We'll see. Do I have orders to above that 644 on SPY? Well, 644.80. See what it's doing? What did it do? Did it reject? 644.80. We have some walls right here. Look at these orders sitting right at 79 and 80. It has to sell these off here for that to break through. All right. So you want to see these numbers, this 79 and this 80, move up. If these suddenly pull back, it ain't going to be good for you, right? So it's holding here, but it's just not got enough oomph yet, all right? We have to fill these orders up here for this to be able to move up. And you have look how strong people piling in. They're freaking out because it didn't break through, all right? Do you see that? Them orders jump in there. So if they sell off and you get enough volume, you might have it, but you can already see they didn't like it, right? VWAP. So that was your maximum profit right there since we started talking here, okay? You got 10% profit on that anyway? You get out of VWAP and end up smelling like a rose? Is that true? How'd you do? Did you get out of it completely? I don't know how many contracts you were holding, but here it comes for a retest again, right? Or rejected all these other times. Well, is this the little engine that could? Right? Yes. This would be the same thing as trading ES, the S&P 500. This is SPY, right? I'm just calling out levels here and explaining how this is working with VWAP and the different levels. You would draw levels on your chart. You learn how to chart and draw critical levels, right? Pointed out you had a little double top here, a double top there. Those are strong points of resistance. VWAP is very strong, right? Is the number one strongest indicator, followed by the 200 MA, which is up here. So we're watching this. We have a viewer that's was trapped in a trade, and he was way down here when we started talking. And fortunate for him, it didn't look good to start with, but it did get some energy to the upside. Now we're getting a sell off here, right? This has got to go to 80s, and then all you see is 60s. You're like 20 cents way off. So, all right, how you doing, MYT? Did you pass out or what? Did you get out of it all the way up there at the top? You said you were going to start taking profits. Don't have hopium. You take the sure thing sometimes, right? It's nothing wrong with taking the green, right? Does it look like it still wants to go up there where at the point that you thought you would like it to go? Well, doesn't look too promising, does it? Very, very tough spot. Now it is going on this 3:12 in the afternoon. Market closes at 4, right? So we'll see here. These are the things you have to do when you're in a trade. You know, I get trades all the time. I'll get in it and the candle will pull back. I'm like, crap, do I want to get out or do I want to give it time? What things do I have that may convince me to hold this just to see? What's the average movement on it, right? SPY will move an average of 3 points or $3, you know, in an ES ES contract. I don't know what that would equate to in, well, it moves to say like 1% a day, but $1 on average per day, up and down. So, you know, is this going to suddenly move $2 total, $1.50? Probably not, but what are you doing there, MYT? Let me know what you're doing. Give me an update. If not, I'll move on to something else. I'll assume you're out of the trade. All right. This is SPY. Again, this is the stock option of futures, which is ES, right? To show you the difference here real quick, right? If I come up here and I go ES, watch how these two will look identical. These charts are the same. They move the same way. They're just different price points, right? This is a different scale. And you can see VWAP is a little bit different over here, right, than it is on the SPY. But the candle movements are exactly the same. Trading ES is you would trade it the same way that you trade SPY, right? So I'm with you. Are you still industry still holding, huh? All right, well, whatever. I can't tell you what to do. I can just explain to you the key levels there, right? You understand them and go with it, right? It's hanging here on. If it breaks below that 9, I would have to say you're in a world of hurt because that's a critical indicator there. Also, you're still trying. So if you have an L2 on your chart, you can watch. It's got to get up there to 80s, right? Above 80s to break above VWAP. And right now, you're only in the 63 cents here, 64 cents. In real time, 80s aren't even showing up on here, right? They're way down there. So it has to sell all these orders off here before it can allow this to bump up more. And you can watch them sell off right there. It's 200. There, it's sold off. 62. Now the price is dropping on you, right? See how the price is dropping? You can watch these numbers. These start going the other way against you. You know the price is going to drop. If you don't see it sell off or people throw in orders up here, price is probably going to drop on you. So anyway, I want to see you do well, but you have to make the decision. You just need one good green candle, Will. Now, here's one thing we teach you on here. This is a freebie. Don't trade on hopium. Never have hopium. Hopium will destroy your account. You got to trade on the facts and the levels and the things that you see in front of you, right? So, and do you mean one green candle like up to VWAP? Did you shed, by the way? Yeah, it's rejecting. Yep, it's trying again. All right. You know, what can happen, now this is the psychology of trading, if I keep trying something over and 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 over again, and I keep failing, what do we tend to do as human beings? Screw this, I quit, right? Well, what do you think stock traders do? Well, you're up 15%. That's a hell of a profit on a stock option there, sir, if you ask me, or madam. Okay. Can you go to the bank and hand them $1, tell them you want 15% interest gain on your dollar right now? They'll laugh at you, right? Maybe if you give them your money for 9 days, they might give you 4%, right? So this is what we do every day here at American Dream Trading. What you're seeing is only the tip of the iceberg, right? We walk through level. Never once did I tell him when to sell, right? I cannot do that. We do not do that. We're not a call-out group. We'll discuss trades, point out things. Well, there's VWAP. Did you see that? There's a level there. Are you out of the trade yet? 20%. How much more do you want? Would you rather go home green against the chance, guaranteed 20%, or do you want to take a chance on losing it, right? Those are decisions you have to make. All right. So I can't help you if you sit there and watch it all evaporate. It is going to evaporate in the next 42 minutes to zero. Every minute goes by. Now here's the other thing you need to know. On the contract, it's expiring today. At 4 o'clock, it's going to be worth 0. Every minute that goes by, this candle has to move that much higher to make the same amount, right? You may be getting, let's just say 20 cents on the dollar. Well, 5 minutes from now, you may only be getting 18 cents on the dollar. In 5 minutes, I'm just making numbers up, but just so you get the point. In 5 minutes after that, you may only be getting 17 cents on the dollar. So then add another 5 after that, you may only be getting 15 cents on the movement. When I mean on the dollar, on the candle movement. Then the time goes by, you may only be getting 10. So now instead of only needing your candle here, you need the candle to go up there, right? So it's got to go higher every minute that goes by because your contract is the fuse is lit. It's about to blow up on you. All right. Yes. Oh, you're in Robinhood. Yeah, they're going to close your account out at 3:30. I believe that is. I've heard members say that. I've never traded options, but yeah. Well, would you rather have your broker close you out at a price that may not be favorable to you, or would you rather have control over when you sell it? What happens at 3:30 if the price drops between now and then? Right? Again, these are I want to scream what I want you to do, but I can't, right? All right. These are things. Now, just so you know, this is what we all go through, what you're going through right now. I've been there, done this many times, right? But I'm just telling you, you're on a ticking time bomb. Time is running out. Every minute goes by, you are actually losing money even when the candle is going up. This candle is going to have to, in the next couple of minutes, this candle literally is going to have to break through VWAP and stay up there. Tick, 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 tick. Don't be afraid to rip the Band-Aid off, lock in what you have, right? It ain't profit unless you bank it, brother or sister. All right? And this is what we do here. This is a little peek of what we do behind the curtain at American Dream Trading every day. We try to educate. We talk about levels. We discuss levels. We never at any time do I tell any of our members, oh, I'm getting in here and I'm getting out there. We don't do that. Now, we'll talk about different levels, what to watch for. Hey, Ralph, I don't have a level on my chart here. You got anything there real quick? And Ralph said, yeah, I got a line here at 645. And, oh, okay, thanks, right? But he's not telling me when to buy. Here it is, testing VWAP to the upside. This is a point here. It's either going to stay up there or it's going to pull back and reject. It's already tried this how many times? It's looking decent right now. Is the candle, you want to see this candle start on the shoulder of the previous candle. Did it? Yeah, kind of. But does it have oomph? What's it worried about now? Not only does it have to stay up here, this candle has to stay up here. If not, it's going to fall. There it is. It's got weak, right? It sees 200 up there for one thing. It ain't over till it's over, but okay. You're up 35%. Can you go to the bank and get 35% on your money? All right. Playing with fire is all I got to tell you, right? So, all right. This is on top of the shoulder of the previous candle.
For?
What's that?
Mark? The question is, what are they looking for? What percentage?
I don't know. Well, we can't talk about what to get anyway, so he's got to make the decision to get out on their own. I
understand that. I'm just curious as to what they're looking for, what their goal was.
One of our top option trader had 30% on Apple trades today. He was thrilled to death with that. And that's David over in the Apple gang, right? He's made over $750,000 just trading Apple. Here we go to 200, right? And you're up 40%. Again, don't be lulled into thinking this can't drop out on you, right? I mean, like, from here all the way down to back where you started at. Again, this is power hour. This is the most dangerous hour to trade in. Again, time is going by. Tick, tick, tick. Every minute goes by, that candle has to move that much more to get the same results, right? To make $1, it may have to go up 3. You know what I'm saying? You go up 2 steps to make 1, right? Now the next minute, you may have to go up 3 steps to make 1. There it is. It's not breaking and holding above the 200 yet. Next candle will be opening here in 1 second. If this opens on the shoulder of the other one, it's strong. If not, it did not open above and hold on the shoulder of the previous candle. That's a sign of weakness. Okay, 100%. How much you want there, buddy? All right. Well, whatever. All right, well, it's up to you. You're up here now. I would not let Robinhood in any shape or form close out my trade for me. There ain't no way in hell, pardon my French, I would let them close it. I would close it on my terms, not yours. You may not get a favorable result. And once they take control at 330, there's nothing you can do about it. Just saying. Look at it pulling back. What if this dumps all the way down? You gave all that profit up. See that? Now your contract is degraded even faster because of the what's it called? Starts with a V. Vega, right? Now you just accelerated your loss. Well, guess what? Your contract is now degraded all that much faster. To get back up to where you were just at, I will assure you this candle will have to get clear up here to even look some resemblance, and it would have to do it immediately. All right. You got 40%. All right. Now, evaluate that trade. What did greed do to you? All right. Now, we're going to evaluate your close. Go ahead and close it. Let me know when you're done. We're going to review this trade, and this is what we do, part of our being a trader, right? All right. Let me know when you're out of the trade. He said he was closing it at 40. He or she's closing it at 40%. And 40% profit's nothing to sneeze at. Congratulations. But you said you was at 100. You gave up 60%, right? And then you said you was at 50, and you still didn't get out. And all right. Well, anyway, let me know when you're ready. We're gonna go back and review real quick, right? You should review your trades, especially if you felt you made a mistake, right? Even though you came out smelling like a rose, when you came in here, you knew you was in trouble, right? All right, you're out of it green. Congratulations. We are happy for you. That's money in the bank. Yes, sir. Time decay was killing it. Yes, very good. I'm happy for you. We're all happy for you to see you come out. All right, so we started talking back here, didn't we, when you're way down here, and you're like, oh, could it go to 646? Now, did I say it wouldn't get to 646 at any time? No, I did not, right? But what I told you was based on, well, remember, we stopped here, we drew some lines. There was a double top there, a little double top there, and we had VWAP into 200, right? So statistically, there was probably no way it was going to get there, right? Okay? So as you see, it never did break and hold above the 200 at this time anyway. You're lucky. You are actually very fortunate. I don't like the term luck. There's no such thing as luck. You are very fortunate that it actually broke through VWAP. That gave people some hope that it might stay up there. So that kept some of the oomph up there. If this had come here again and rejected real hard here, you'd have been toast, right? People would have bailed and said, all right, it ain't going to make it, right? I give up. Right? When you try something over and over and over, you just quit, right? You become a quitter, right? It's just human nature, right? So, and traders is the same way. It'll sit there for a long time, and they're like, well, it ain't going any higher. I'm just going to head take my profit here and get out. Take my ball and go home. So you need to learn how to recognize, did you know what a double top was before I told you? Did you know what this double top was? Did you know the importance of VWAP or the 200? Right? All right. Yeah, it is. So, just a quick question: Do you know what are you aware what a double top is? A double bottom, VWAP, the 200 MA. Are you educated that much or not? Or are you still a little weak on those things too? It's kind of hard having a conversation via text, but we can do it, right? In the delay. What do you think about that, TikTok? Was that cool or what? Yes, it wasn't a futures contract, but it was because ES moved the exact same way, right? A chart's a chart's a chart. So, I was not talking about it basically in the view of an option contract, even though I told him why, right? Well, risk is manageable, right? What may be risky to you, I wouldn't think twice about. I trade NQ all day. That's 3 times the volatility of ES. Right? ES has its moments too, don't get me wrong. However, what mistake did you make, right? You held on, you were down here holding on to a losing trade, you had hopium. You're just fortunate that it did pop up there like it did, especially on a Friday, holiday weekend, right? That you were very fortunate, sir or madam. Intermediate. Okay. That's cool. Did you feel you made a mistake when you bought it? Usually you get that feeling, oh crap, maybe I shouldn't have bought this, right? First few minutes. I do that all the time. I'm like, crap. As a matter of fact, I talked about that the other day. When you realize if you made a mistake in an entry, just go ahead and get out of it right away and then reevaluate, do a better reevaluation. So look at it pulling back now, right? It looks like it wants to go back where you was at, right, originally. It's fighting a little bit here. So you need to be very aware of what is your impediment to profits, right? You were like, oh, I hope I'm lucky, right? Well, luck and hopium doesn't pay the bills, right? You were fortunate indeed, without a doubt, that there was enough volume there to push that up. So you need to be able to recognize, if I get in this trade, what is my barriers to my profits? What's my impediment to profits? And you need to have those identified ahead of time. Well, I identified them for you, right? Double top, again, a minor double top. And I just drew these lines on a short-term basis. I didn't do any. If I went out 4 hours or something, drew lines, it would have been stronger lines. But as you can see, that was sufficient for the moment, right? It hit it just like that, right? Pause. Double top, another double top. VWAP, right? VWAP was the biggest worry of all of them, right? Look at it pulling back. What time is it? It is now, you have 1 minute left. Were you going to let Robinhood close this out? Here's why you don't let Robinhood close crap out for you. You take your profit at your look at this. In the next, we'll see where this is at in the next 40 seconds. You going to let Robinhood close this? Hell no. Right? See that? If you just did, well, I'm going to walk away and just let Robinhood close it out, let it be what it is, right? No, you stayed in there. You managed to trade, right? You did give up some serious profit potential, but you came out ahead. As long as you're a dollar green, that's all that matters. You're green. Green is good, right? How would you like to win in a weekend on a losing trade, right? That would eat you up mentally, right? It's not good psychologically to go into a weekend. It's not any day, but especially a weekend, because now you can't trade again until Tuesday, right? So there you go. So I would not, it's now 3:30. Look how much you gave up right there if they close that right now, right? So anyhow, plus it pulled back, right? So even though this looks like, well, it is back to where you kind of were before, I will assure you this value is not the same value of profit when you were over here before, because this pulled back, it killed all your Greeks, right? This just destroyed your Greeks to the upside, plus the additional 15 minutes of time decay, right? So this was just going to toast even faster because you were in a call position and it went downward. So it really degraded it. So you might have to even get back clear up here for that, get back where your value was over here. So that's why time matters. Time is essential. Every minute goes by in that last hour. So good. So always know what your impediment to profits are before you get in a trade. What things do I really got to worry about before I enter? It's different if you're a scalper, right? Because you're just living in the moment. But when you're in a long-term contract like that, you want to maximize your profits. So you need to know those things before you enter the trade. So, all right. You've been following us far. Great. I'm glad we could help you, right? Oh, you're an international student. Okay, great. Yeah, well, being a student is tough, right? If you had your Discord straightened out, or if you can get into a Discord and a Discord that you can associate with a different phone number, you can do, we can do something for you here. But if you can't verify your account, you can't get into the Discord. He's already in a Discord. He can't get in because he can't verify his phone number due to being associated with another account. By the way, we do have promos running, $19 for a 2-week trial in the premium membership, where you'll learn how to do these type of things, starting at 8:45 each and every morning, Monday through Friday, on a live Zoom call from 8:45 to 4 p.m. daily. and you get to be with coach, you get to be with other training moderators and members all day long, and you get to learn how to do this very thing that we just talked about. You learn the basics and everything else. It opens up also some training materials to you also. There's videos and documents and those kind of things, right? But you can learn by asking questions, opening up your mic and say, hey, well, how do you do this? Or, well, what does this mean? Those type of things. You get your specific question actually answered. Nobody else in the industry does this. We're the only stock education and training program out there that actually has live Zoom calls every single day. Actually, we have them 7 days a week for the higher end membership. And I get it. You're a student, and money's tight anyway, right? So being an international student, even probably so much more, right? So we have that premium membership. It's $19 for 2 weeks. You can kick the tire. If you like what you see, do nothing, and it'll automatically renew at $125 a month, unless you want to pay annually or something, save a lot of money that way. We also have our crypto membership it's crypto only. They have a live Zoom training session every Wednesday night at 7:15. They do have some pop-ups, but those are not a scheduled type of thing. But you can hang out into crypto lounges and discuss crypto till you're blue in the face, right? And we also have a $49 futures membership trial for 2 weeks. It's exclusively futures only. And we start training and trading at 8:30 every morning, Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4 o'clock. And that's also on a live Zoom call. You can ask questions and all that stuff there too. And we train. So I would highly recommend, if you want to get into stock options, you take advantage of that $19 14-day trial, right? That's probably the price of two of your Starbucks coffees that you suck down and piss away. You piss away $19 probably every single day. Don't think twice about it. Invest in yourself. Invest in your education. Investing in your own education pays the greatest dividends, per Ben Franklin, right? So if you had some way that you can get into a Discord in the next 10 minutes, let me know there, MYT. But it has to be associated, obviously, with a different phone number than what you have. But if you're an international student, I can understand that would be tough thing to do. So anyway, we can check those out. We also have, Jack says, I don't drink coffee. You can go drink one of them fancy sparkly drinks there. How about beer? You drink beer, Jack? I guarantee you that's expensive, right? Point is, we waste money on a daily basis that we could apply to our benefit, right? Whatever it is. Could be anything, a vice, a hobby, whatever. We also have our Diamond membership, our Diamond Lifetime membership. Coach is doing away with the Diamond Lifetime memberships. There will be no more sales on them effective Sunday night at midnight. In other words, at 12:01 on Monday morning, Eastern Time, they will no longer be available. The Diamond memberships will still be available, but they will be you can either go with $850 a month or $7,500 a year. The Diamond Lifetime membership on our Labor Day promotion is $4,000 one-time payment, and you never ever pay anything again. That's lifetime memberships in stocks, trading stock options, trading crypto, our crypto memberships, and also our futures memberships. Never ever pay again. It also includes all the a la carte items we have, such as the mentorship program with Coach and the other training moderators that happens every Wednesday. That's a $6,000 a year program right there. We have the Gold breakout rooms, workshop classes, and more. So $4,000, that's going away. It will be only available on an annual, semi-annual, quarterly, or monthly basis. After that as a reoccurring membership. So you can go grab that Diamond membership. I mean, the mentorship program, you go buy it, that's $6,000 a year right there. That's included. It also includes anything and everything that we create and release in any time from this day forward. Coach is talking about starting ADT TV, where you can go watch some of our skilled traders trade live and learn from them that way. And that type of thing, and much more, different products. If you know Coach, if you watch Coach for any length of time, you know he doesn't sit on his rear. He's always innovating and releasing new things to the membership that will benefit them and hopefully make them money. So The diamond membership will include all of those things that come out also. So, heck of a deal. It's the best deal there is. I mean, he's giving away the farm, essentially. If you want to go buy all those things individually off our website, it would be $50,000. Not even including the products that are coming out. That would include that platinum one. And it's not released yet. We don't know when it's going to be released. If it gets released, right? We just don't know. So, includes all that also. Anyhow, I'm glad that worked out for you, MYT. I'm glad you learned a little bit also in the process. Did that help anybody else out that we're watching? And why I was sharing the screen out on SPY, right? Here's ES. I know it's not a futures, but a chart's a chart's a chart. And SPY is the same thing as ES, and you can see the chart is identical. There's nothing different, really, other than maybe where VWAP and the 200 are at, right? There'll be a slight variance. And the reason for that is because you can see this is on this is on thousandths scale. This is 6,476. SPY, of course, is in the 600s, right? So SPY, I don't even know, what was SPY? 646, right? It's not a one-to-one type of a tenth or anything like that, but so that's why these indicators will be slightly differently placed. But the movement of the candles, you could overlay these. If you made these candles, the graph the same size as ES, they would lay right on top of each other. So the price movement would have been exactly the same whether we were looking at ES or whether we were looking at SPY. Okay, just so you know that. ES is actually the parent of SPY. Everything originates. This movement's what drives SPY. So, all right, good. So, what did you think about that? Did you like that there, TikTok? Did you learn anything? Did you feel the tension in the air? Is this person going to come out good? Is this person going to, I bet when you first looked at it, you didn't think you had a hope of prayer, did you? Quite frankly, I didn't either. But wouldn't I say that out loud? Because I know better than to make future judgments. Why? Because one of the things a coach tells us and teaches us and says it every day, trade the trade that's in front of you. Don't worry about what could be or what might be. You have to manage the trade that you're currently in. It doesn't matter what might happen 10 minutes from now. You don't know what's going to happen. Trade the trade that's in front of you. Manage it. Did it break through a level? Okay, where's my next level? Well, what am I going to do when it gets to this next level? Did this candle start on the shoulder of the previous one? That's a sign of strength if it does that. If this next candle doesn't start on the shoulder, that's a sign of weakness, and you could get some pullbacks. It doesn't mean it won't still go up. But if it does start, this is where the top of the candle is where the price ends. The bottom of the candle is where the price starts. So that's why you want to see, ideally, the next candle start where the other one ended on the price white. See, this one didn't start on the shoulder, and there's some pullback, right? Doesn't mean this still can't turn green and go up, but it is a sign of weakness, which means you need to pay attention, right? In case it does pull back, right? See, it's good. Now the buyers are coming in, they're pushing it up. This can still turn into a green candle, right? Even didn't want to do. Why did it do that? Well, I got all these indicators right here, right? It's got to break through all these things. The 9 to 55 to 21. Plus, I got a level right here at that 64.70 mark, right, where this double top's at. There's a lot of, this is a big fight right here. Got everything jammed together, and plus the double top. Now, once it breaks this, now we got a little bit of room to move, but it has to have enough oomph to break through that. And it is 20 till, so anything can happen at this point, right? You can get a lot of volume in here, and this thing can go to the moon, right? You just don't know. So, anyhow, let me see here. I need to type something up here real quick. Where's my keyboard here? All right. Yeah. Wrong button. Excuse me for a minute. There we go. All right. Here we go. Anyhow, there's that. All right. Let's see here. Hang on 1 minute here. I'm trying to do something real quick. Oh, all right. What do we got here? I understand that. Wrong button there. What do we got here? There we go. That over there. I just moved something out of the way. I couldn't find it. There we go. There's that. There's that. All right, now it should be good to go. Anyway. Okie doke. So, see what happens here anyway. Click one more button. So hopefully you learned something from this little exercise. This is what we do here, right? Oh, Trader B, I put you to sleep. Maybe you need some caffeine, right? Don't worry, I put myself to sleep while I'm talking during these lives. You've seen it before, right? You've all witnessed it, right? So, anywho, yeah, very chaotic right now at the end of the day here. NQ is very volatile also, right? Look at this here. It's got the 200 on the 1 minute and 2 minute candle here that it's got to fight against. Sort of the same situation we just went through with the ES, right? For this to go upward, it's got to bust through the 200 MA. That's the second strongest indicator, right? Where's VWAP at? VWAP's up here, so for it to go there, it's got to fight that also. So it's kind of the same scenario. Do I want to enter this trade? Well, I'll tell you why. No, I don't, right? I'm right here at this level. I have a double top right here, plus the 200s there. It's going to hit the 200 before it hits this. If it does break through, I got to deal with this little double top. Does this not look pretty much like the ES trade and the SPY trade? It is. They're kind of moving identically, right? The chart kind of looks the same, right? Here's NQ. Here's ES, right? There's that same spike, right? So they look similar. And most days, and I don't know if most days is even a correct statement, but a lot of times, let's say, they move lockstep with each other, right? Again, different price scales, but you'll see if you look at both charts, it kind of looks similar. Now here it is. Can it break and hold above the 200 up here? That's a question. Got a big, strong gold level at 84. That's the other thing. I don't have a line here on this chart, but at 84, which is pretty much right here, just a hair above this is a strong, I have a gold level. I can slide this line down for all that goes. Let's put that close to get that here at 84. It's hard to tweak this one. I don't have this spread out more. Hang on here. We spread that out. So at, I said 84, so it's 484. I'm reading the last numbers. I have what I call a gold level right here. That's close enough. It's 5 cents off. So it has to get above the 200, and this level right here, I have a gold level, which means it's a stronger level that I determine just by trading it all the time, right? I'll make it yellow just for the sake of it. So it definitely has to break and hold above this. Here's the 200 coming down. It's resisting. It doesn't want to get up there, right? But I need it. Yes, it has to break above the 200, but I also have to break above this 484 line. Break and hold for it to go up. Now, if it can do that, things are looking a little bit better on the trade until I get some other barriers to the upside. By then, market might be closed by then. We don't know, right? So, are they going to push this up at the last minute? Well, time will tell, right? We trade to trade where we're at. We have our different points of this trade that we have to be concerned about it. So we have to deal with the one we're at right now, which is the 200 MA. All right, head on over to our website. By the way, that goes Diamond lifetime memberships go away Sunday night. So 12:01 on Monday morning, Eastern time, you will no longer be able to buy the lifetime Diamond memberships. You can still get the Diamond memberships, but it will cost you $7,500 a year versus $4,000 right now. One-time payment, never ever pay again. Tell me that ain't a great deal. Just as a reminder, we will have no live broadcasts on Monday. It's Labor Day here in the United States. It's a federal holiday. Everything's shut down, and we are going to enjoy the weekend with our family. In fact, we're not even having any training or classes this weekend like we normally do. Now, you will be able to trade futures Sunday night into Monday on a limited time basis. Our paid members know what those are, right? I do have a video on how to set up Trade-Evate though there, Derek. I don't have one about linking it to TradingView, but it's the same as like we always talk about. I hadn't done that at that point. It's in the Futures Lounge. Look for the videos there. So here we are, testing my 484 level that I called out a little bit ago. Right? It's got a break.
Hey, Mark, look at this RTY. It is going nuts.
Okay. No, I don't know if I use the term nuts, but yes, it's going up. It's a big candle for RTY, though, right? Yeah, look at it. Stretch that out. Yeah, it's huge gamma candle. What usually happens with gamma candles? What's our impediment to profits to the upside? What do we got? Well, why is this still sitting here? Well, look at this double top right there. See how fast I could see that things? I don't have any lines on my chart, but look right here. I've seen that, and over here, bang, bang. It's got a break and hold above this level right now at whatever, 60s, whatever that says, 67. What else do I have? I have a little area here and also up here, plus I have the 200. Right, here's a little area here I got to worry about. Well, 200 is the one you got to worry. This candle did not start on the shoulder of the previous, and look at the weakness. It has not broken held above this triple top, essentially a triple top. That's without even looking backwards. Oh, you think this level's strong? Look backward. Look how many times this hung up right here. So that would be a pretty good strong level. If it can break through this, then that might have some hope. As you can see, it hasn't done it, right? What happened to NQ? Why I was distracted. Let's see. Oh, it's still hanging at that gold level, right, that I was talking about. It did break through. Did it break and hold above it? Absolutely not. Look at this candle retracing. Same thing, big gamma candle, just like Kay called out over there on the Russell. That was a good call out, right? Still got to break and hold. This has not broken hold. I want to see this, a candle on the shoulder of the previous one. So, not looking good right now, right? Why did that happen? Well, because this was such a large candle, people are like, man, that's a lot of money. I'm taking that profit. I know I would have, right? Trading to trade. Lock in them profits. It's not profit until you lock it in. Correct? So, I could have rode that break and hold above that break above it. Now look at it pull back even more. Boy. Whew. Anybody ride that down? Looking for the 50% retracement on the gamma candle and end up with more than that, double that? Wow. Is it going to bounce off the 9? Or is it going to go back down there and test that other level? We'll see. Maybe it's just going to dump all together and be done with it, right? Could have made $1 bazillion had been in this trade, right? Now, there's another big candle, gamma candle. In other words, just a huge candle with volume, right? There's no gamma in trading futures. It's just a term we carry over from the options. Just something to reference. Hey, gamma candle. People know what that is, right? A very large candle with energy there. So, anyhow, see if this is going to break and hold below this level. We want to see a break and a hold. The 55 is right there, which is another indicator. Wow, look at that. MYT, does this look familiar? Look like a familiar area? This is the NASDAQ. There's your ES/SPY. This is where you were stuck at before down here, remember? Look familiar? Look where it's coming right back down to. Bang. Right? And it's part of being power hour, right? People are selling off, getting out of Dodge, taking their money and going home, right? And Q is just, man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Why ain't I in this trade again? I just saw this money just slipping through my fingers today. Some days I regret being a moderator and being on live because I don't want to trade my real account while I'm on live, not distracted and all that. Anyway, there's plenty of other times during the day I can make money other than this time period that I spend with you on these free lives. How many are going over and getting that membership based on what you saw here today? Did you like that walk through that trade in real time with the person over on YouTube, right? Walked and talked right through it. That's how we do it here. It's how I do it when I'm in a trade. I talk through it. Talk myself through it. Talk like a crazy person. Talk like nobody's listening, right? Usually when I talk, nobody does listen, but that's beside the point. That's a different story. Talk to yourself. Talk yourself through trades, right? You know, when you just heard the lady here talking a few minutes ago, Kay. I heard good things about her today, that she had a very nice green day today. Congratulations, Kay, on that. Good trading. Glad that you were there for that. How's that feel?
What is it? I'm sorry.
I said I heard you had some green trades here today. You did well.
Yeah. Can you believe it?
No, yes, I believe it. I know you have the skills. right? And this is
I
one of
just
the
don't
things.
have.
Go ahead. What?
I was going to say I just don't have the willpower to stay out, and that's why I had to leave.
Yep. You know that about yourself, and so you engineer that into your life so that those things don't happen, right?
Yep.
Yep. She's a very intelligent trader. However, her, like the rest of us, struggle with the same thing ourselves, right? Or the psychology of the trading, which is the hardest part to overcome. And she will, right? She knows, she's identified the things she struggled with, and she's working on them. Every day you get better and better. Time and experience cures a lot of defects, right? A lot of deficiencies. So,
Yep.
all right.
Thank you, by the way. I'm honored that you feel like I've got the skills.
Well, I know you have the skills. I've seen you put them in practice. You do. Right? You understand it. You intellectually understand it and are able to intellectually execute. What's the thing that, you've been open about it, is the thing we struggle against is ourselves. Same thing I do, right? Every single day. It's trying to get that under control is the hard part, right? Right?
100%.
Yep. You will get it.
Well, and to be honest with you, like talking about being under control, I really shouldn't be as green as I am. And not that I'm complaining about it, but like I had mentioned, all right, I'm up, it was $4 and some change in pre-market. I said, you know what, I think I'm done for the day. Let me just go home green. But I just couldn't resist.
Well, didn't somebody yell at you to get over here at the beginning of the day for a reason?
Yes.
I told her what I said. I told Ange what I said, too.
We talked about it, too, because I said, Timo, you're here. He said, yeah, I got kicked out, too.
I didn't kick you out. I just knew you wanted to be here today, so get over there, right? Good. I'm glad are you glad you did?
I am, but I'm just saying, like, it's still the matter of just the whole psychology thing, like you said.
It is.
You got to tell when you tell yourself something, do it.
Yep. Yep. Yes.
Stick to your guns, I guess.
Right.
Like I said, I'm not complaining, but
right. No, I know you're not.
And
you're not any different than anybody else in this room. I would think if you evaluate most of your trades and losing trades especially, most of it can be made into alignment with the psychology part of it, us. We didn't make the decision we knew we should have made to like rip the Band-Aid off, take the loss, and get out. Or we entered into a trade poorly and we knew we shouldn't have entered in there, but we did it anyway, right? That's not the market going against you. That's us going against us, right? And
ourselves, sure. Yeah.
Exactly. So we are the hardest part of being a trader. We can learn the intellectual stuff pretty quickly, actually, right? The basics of it, if you want to say, is not that difficult to learn, right? We can teach anybody to do this, right? It takes time and experience, right, to actually put them into practice and learning how to trade real money when you know that if you make a mistake, you're going to lose real money, right? You may lose your electric bill or your car payment or your house payment if you make a mistake, right? That's a lot of pressure, right? And those are the things you get over as time goes by. And hopefully we learn to identify, and we talk about it a lot here at American Dream Trading, so our members can't help but hear about working on ourselves, even on top of the technical things we need to know, right? All the information we provide training. We talk extensively about the psychology of trading, how to overcome some of these things that we put ourselves through, right? So it's all part of the puzzle, and then nothing goes away. Nothing's usually solved overnight, right? It takes time. Look at Derek. Does anybody wonder? I'm just going to say his first name. He's one of our paid members, and I'm just going to give him a compliment too publicly. He stayed in paper trade so long, would not take a real trade with real money. He wanted to, and he would get upset because he wasn't in real trade, and he was able to do it in paper trading, right? He just couldn't make that step, and he finally did, and then, things didn't go his way, right? Or he would have some good ones, or he'd get out too soon and give up, whatever. He just put a message in here. He said it's a green month for him.
Awesome.
Right?
It's great.
So he is training, right? He does say 98% of that was paper trading, but what do you see the difference there? His skill set is increasing day by day by day. He had a green month. even though the majority of it was in paper, right? But what that shows you, yes, so it's not real money. I understand that, but I don't care. It shows that he's executing. He's making good decisions based on his training. He's starting to trust his training. He's starting to trust what he sees on his charts. And he's making good decisions on entries and exits, right? That's just personal growth there. I mean, that's just... I just love hearing them stories. I don't care whether it's real money or not. It's proving that the light bulb is coming on, right? The light bulb has come on. Light bulb moment, right? So proud of you, Derek. Great job.
That's amazing, Derek. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, it's just a
That's
pleasure
great.
to see this happen. It's like with Doug and I were kids. Oh, it's like watching one of our children grow up, right? But that's the power of the community. It's just not me or Ann's or Doug or Ralph teaching. We all talk. I learn stuff from our members practically every day, right? They'll share something. I'm like, you know what? I haven't thought about that for a long time. I'm glad you mentioned that, right? It reinforces things, whether I say it out loud or not. And that's the power of our community. So you don't have to be an official moderator to be able to teach somebody something.
Mm-hmm. It's not for you.
So,
Yep.
Anyhow, I thank you for being here. We are live 3 times daily here at American Dream Trading. Make sure you head over to our website, americandreamtrading.com, and scroll down about halfway. Get that free Discord over there. Once you verify your account, you can interact with other members here at American Dream Trading. Michael Anthony, am I trying to sell something? Well, you can buy a membership if you like, or you can watch for free. That's up to you. We do sell paid memberships. Paid memberships have their advantages and privileges. We do start training at 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily on a live Zoom call for our paid members at our VIP and up membership levels. Check that out. The Discord is absolutely free. You can interact and talk to other members and other free members inside there, discuss trading and all those things for absolutely free. Of course, paid memberships unlocks other rooms and things in there based on your membership level. Right. So thank you all for being here. We are live 3 times a day. Coach is live from 9 to 11 Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. I'm live from 2 to 4 here with the futures at 4 p.m. daily over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. You will see the aftermarket show, which starts at 4 o'clock. Check that out. It's a little bit different format than what you see here. Upon conclusion of all of our live feeds, they are available for immediate review over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. So, again, a reminder, we are closed Labor Day. There will be no live broadcasts next Monday. I hope you all have a great weekend. Have a great time. Hope you get to hang out with people you want to hang out with, or taking a long nap the entire weekend. However, right? Whatever you're going to do, I hope you enjoy it. Trying to unwind. If you've been working long hours and you actually get the day off, I hope you enjoy that. If you got to work Labor Day, well, hopefully you're getting paid holiday pay, right? It is a federal holiday, by the way. So make sure that anybody you come into contact with, that you leave a positive memories with, lift them up, don't tear people down. And I thank you all for being here. We will see you next Tuesday. And we will see you then, same time, same bat channel. Goodbye.
I wanted to tell you live how much I totally appreciate you.